It's a pleasure to have the chance to meet with both of you, and I wanted to start by saying that this movie is so intense, and I wish there'd be a little bit more of you in the film, but I wanted to know from the two of you, how do you feel that the women in Brian and Mike's lives help them through such a traumatic job that they have to do?
You know, it's a tough position to be in. You know, I think both parties are trying to protect the other person. You know, I think there are probably a lot of things, I know there are a lot of things that Jake's character probably keeps from Janet, and, you know, I'm sure that to a degree that's true in relationships with law enforcement officers. You know, they come home and they need a support system, so, you know, that person needs to be really, really strong and able to deal with it. But then at the same time, I think there are probably a lot of instances where that the person coming home from duty is probably, you know, protecting their loved ones from the things that they go through every day.
Yeah.
Well, it's important, I think, to have that support, you know? They do check out, whatever happens, like Anna said, they go through these extremes every day and put their lives in danger. So when they come home, it's nice to have someone that you can depend on, that can take care of you, that can protect you, you know? So it kind of goes back and forth. But it's important for these characters to have us as well, just simply because it gives them a little bit more of a personal view. Like you can relate to them more. I think the audience can relate to them more, instead of it just being these cops on this bandit and you know, protecting and serving and doing all these crazy things. But now when they go out there, you know what they have on the line. You know, they're leaving. If something happens, they'll leave their wives or girlfriends or kids behind. So
yeah,
just makes it all that more extreme.
They have a real life.
Yeah, they're real people.
Yeah. I'm sure you're having a good time at the festival, but I wanted to ask Anna, you're in another TIFF film, The Company You Keep, with Robert Redford directing. He's been doing interviews this week. Was that a no-brainer to take that,
of course,
that film?
Yeah. It was actually, I was sort of in the middle of like shooting 2 other movies and promoting a third, and at one point my agent was like, you don't have to do this, it's a small part, you know, you don't have to kill yourself to make this work, because it was getting to be really tricky to work out that schedule, and it was gonna mean like, you know, like 72 hours of not sleeping. And I was like, oh no, I do have to kill myself to make this work. And so I was just, you know, if Robert Redford asked me to get him coffee on set, I would, you know, I would fly to Vancouver to do it. So I was really just excited to get to work with him. And, you know, it's one of those bucket list experiences that you don't even put on your bucket list because you can't imagine you'd be lucky enough. So I was so thrilled.
That's great. And Natalie, what about you? You have another project coming up that's in the works?
Yeah, I have Broken City with Alan Hughes, who directed it, Mark Wahlberg, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and Russell Crowe.
Wow, that's great. Well, I'm sure you're going to have a great time here, and this film is going to do really well, and I appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.